I see things are changing. I know that I changed, and I know that in
My name is Nicolette Paige. I'm a singer-songwriter from Kansas City, Kansas. I'm also the owner of Soul Child Awakenings Holistic Healing Business, and I'm also the owner of Belicious KC, which is a local honey company. My music career started whenever I was 8, when my parents got me into piano lessons and singing lessons. And then I started performing a little bit after that at just local fairs. And then in middle school is whenever I started with drum and guitar lessons. High school is when I really started performing. I've been writing since I was in elementary school. And whenever I was in my late teenage years was whenever I cut my first album. And in my early 20s is whenever I was signed with a record label for a little bit and came out with my second album and some singles. After I went really hard for a while, I decided to slow down, and I just go at my own pace now. I'm not signed with anybody. I create whenever I want to. I call my music soul music because it comes from my soul. They come from all of my life experiences, and so music has been therapy for me. Or significant, profound life experiences, I share those through my music. Because there's always a story behind every song.
Yeah.
It's usually a really pivotal one.
And there's always a story behind every garden.
Yeah.
Do you find music in the gardens?
I do. I mean, I'm constantly whistling and singing to myself whenever I'm even just doing chores around the house. But yeah, in my garden too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to harvesting and being able to, like, I want to lay in my garden, you know what I mean, on a blanket and like just eat cherry tomatoes all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
How do you bring pleasure of music and pleasure of garden into both business? Like, what is business to you?
Business is my lifestyle, and it's something I'm really, really grateful for, actually, because I wake up every single day and do what I love to do. And so it's not really work. Even the days where it's more challenging, I still say I'm doing what I love. That's what matters. It's really important to support our Black-owned businesses here in Kansas City, just anywhere, especially because of the oppression that has happened for 400 plus years and the inequity that is still present today. One way that we uplift our Black brothers and sisters is by purchasing from them. That's one way we give back, and by helping to promote what they have. So a lot of white people have what is known as generational wealth that has been passed down for many, 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 many years, and Black people didn't have that. So, like this farm, I love it, and I think it's amazing, and I love that it's diverse too. I think that's really important. But I also know, like, my boyfriend, for example, he owns the Kansas City Urban Farm Co-op, and that's all Black owned, and they're going to keep it that way. But it's just because it's a part of the brotherhood and sisterhood and uplifting their own people for once, and learning how to better come together. So you got a fence, and then you have 3 people of different heights. So you have one person that's so tall they can see over the fence already. Then you have another person who's short and they can't see over the fence. Then you have another person who's even like much shorter than the shorter person. So equality would be giving everybody the same size stool, you know. And so say they have this stool, well, the tall person can already see over the fence. They really don't need the stool, but here's the stool anyway. And then you have the short person, they get the stool, they can see over the fence. But then the even shorter person gets the stool, they still can't see over the fence though, you know?
Yeah.
Equity is whenever they recognize that, okay, there's somebody who's really tall, they actually don't need that stool. The short person, they can have a stool, yes, because they can't see, but the really short person is going to need an even bigger stool. Because, you know, if they have the same size stool as the first short person, they still won't be able to see.
Yeah.
So that's equity.
Nice.
I'm really appreciative of people, especially white people, who are willing to like listen and understand, and who are also willing to be in an uncomfortable position, because sometimes these conversations can be uncomfortable, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to recognize like maybe some generational habits that have been passed down within yourself that you have to get rid of, you know. but it's important. And as long as both parties are willing to talk respectfully, like I see so much growth in that, you know, even within my own family who's mixed, you know, but being black, you're black everywhere. You can't take your skin off, you know, even just being lightly brown, lightly toasted, as I would say sometimes, you know, you can't take your skin color off. So you have to walk every day, and people sometimes looking at you like you're doing something wrong when you're not. Even my own experience from growing up in a neighborhood that was predominantly white, and I never understood why sometimes the parents would like follow me around their house, you know, but it's something that unfortunately people of color are deemed to be more like not as trustworthy. And so I think it's important that children actually, or parents, start talking to children at an even younger age to get them used to like the way things are, and then teaching them how to proactively work through it.
How do you feel about the future?
I feel good about it. I mean, everything that's happening right now, like I know it's a lot of stress, but it's causing a lot of growth. So like, what can we do as the people to make a lasting change? You know, I feel good about the future. I really, really do. I mean, this pandemic even has caused people to farm and learn how to grow food. We're making our own living. You know, I'm about to go butcher my first chicken on Sunday, you know, for my family. And I'm going to feed them. I know exactly where the food comes from. I know how well it's taken care of. And the children know too. Therefore, whenever that chicken is placed on the table, they'll be like, dang, like we raised this together, you know, and we put in the work to eat it. You know, what a blessing. Like now's a good time to figure out what makes you happy. You know, don't stress yourself too much over like a career, but you want to do something that you love. And you want to also know how to use your resources, because I believe anybody can do what they love to do. And sometimes what they love to do might seem so big. It's like, how do I get there? But if you know how to use your resources, then you can run into people who will help you along the way into setting little goals to get you to a big goal. It's like, what makes you happy? And then figuring out how you can help other people through what makes you happy. Like by beekeeping, you help the production of other foods, you know. So I mean, it's a gift that keeps on giving. So that's why it came out with Delicious, you know, because it helps. And even my other products, like what I do with my holistic healing business, you know, I help people to find balance in life and how to maintain that balance, which makes me happy. The more happier people we can have in this world, the better.
Happy people are good.
Remember the past, let go of the past.